What sort of adjustments were made at work that helped?
I think primarily was the dyslexic tutor that I went to see every week, where I would discuss my work and how we could overcome the difficulties or organise myself better.
So what sort of things do you ask people to do?
I ask people to take notes for me sometimes. I ask people to slow down a little bit when they're speaking. And I sometimes ask for a little bit of extra time to read, or if I can possibly. And obviously sometimes, because I've got the software on the computer, sometimes I say, look, I'm going to have to listen to this before I can give you a response. So, but it's given me the confidence to ask for extra time. It's given me the confidence to, not to be different, but for people to recognise that I'm slightly different.
Working in an art school where your image making, your creativity is the main focus, and with a diverse group of people and students who all do things in different ways, we all write in different ways, it's quite easy for it not to become part of what you have to look at. But because there's more demands on me to do more academic things, I want to be able to do them easier. So I want to be able to, I write well, but it takes me a long time.
Yes.
And there's been this jump between the fact people see me as quite articulate, organised, and I write well. So that doesn't fit with someone that's dyslexic in their eyes. So I find that quite interesting. I think that's a way I didn't come forward for a test a lot earlier. Because when I say to people I'm dyslexic, they say, but you do this and you do this and you do this.
For my immediate line manager, it certainly has. It's given her a deeper understanding into dyslexia, which now, as it is a recognised disability, obviously managers need to, and WDP, my employers, as a whole, have been offering training to all the line managers as well around dyslexia. So obviously that the management are taking it reasonably seriously.
Rather than just dishing information out to me, they often start to ask me, how do you want this information? How best would you learn this? So now I would say, for example, if you're going to send me a document that I need to read, rather than giving it to me as a paper version, I may say give it to me a paper version and email it to me. And I can use some of the aids that I have got through the assessment to help me to go through the information and make sense of it and actually be able to use it pretty well.
I think it improved our teamwork. They understood my difficulties much better. They also gave me individual training when we were given a new image database. I was given very specialised, tailored training to suit my needs.
I think there will be a way in which I'll adjust my teaching that will affect people, and I'll bring that up and stick up for it. If we've got a student presenting badly, I'll say, what I feel about them. Maybe they're dyslexic, maybe that's the case, so I'll just look at it a little bit more all the time.
Because it's a noisy, distracting office, I've now been given flexi time, as it were. So because I find that I can get the bulk of my work done early in the morning, so and then I just go early in the evening. So if I come in at 8 o'clock in the morning for 2 hours to 8 till 10, I'm going to just get loads done because there'll be no disturbances. So that's one of the things. But the manager is actually very keen to kind of support this. So anything that needs to happen, she makes sure it does.
It's made me more open and allowed me to actually speak to people and not be shy about saying, look, I don't like it like that. I'd do better if I had it like this. So there has been a marked improvement and an increased understanding from my organisation.
British Telecom have been absolutely superb. They paid for the assessment, and the recommendations that were made on the assessment, they adhered to. They bought me the software that was required. They allowed me to one-to-one tuitions that have all been paid for by them. So what it did enable me to do was to go back to the company, show them what I needed to help to do those problems, to alleviate some of the problems, and they were great, and they sort of went along with what the recommendations were.
I hope to get some support for some individual tuition to work on my reading and my processing skills. I hope it's going to affect the way that I work with the students and the way that I understand some of the difficulties better and adjust my teaching because of it.
Confidence on a scale of 10. If we looked at just after I had the assessment, maybe 2 months after the assessment, my confidence was probably at a 2 or 1, and maybe say 10 sessions in, 5 to 10 sessions in working with you, my confidence was sky high. It was like 9, 10 out of 10. It was remarkably different. I didn't actually think I could get to that point, and I was going through a lot of private stuff at the time, and I didn't think I would actually have felt that way about myself after the assessment. And had I known, I'd have probably come a lot sooner.
Because you've been promoted, haven't you?
I have been promoted a couple of times since coming to the sessions.